that's how to start with. I thought, okay, before I could ask this question and then go into the subject. Yes, to know why we study economics. Even let me share my views about it. As everyone said, my subject was humanities in 11th and 12th in college. So after the 12th, that is when we prepare ourselves for the board exam, the same question came. What are you going to take next? So many things came. Should we take history? Should we take literature? As Soumya ma'am said, I mean, literature was in those days of great, it was in the zenith, especially English literature. And then my best friend, she took literature. And then I was thinking to myself, everyone is going into literature. So let me take something which is okay, which will help me get a better placement somewhere in future. And that is when I ended up taking economics in for my degree. So that is where I decided, okay, let me go into this subject. Literature, most of my friends were taking. Then Hindi was another option there. But then, as Soumya ma'am said, Hindi will be within the country, within the nation. So if in case we have to work out, then again that opportunity wouldn't be there. So yes, the very important safe thing was economics, and my ancillary subjects were Indian history and politics. So I was so happy that economics is also there, Indian history and political science is also there. So that is how I came into the subject of economics. And from that, when after taking humanities, that is into 11th standard itself, the only passion was to become a teacher. So that is how I became a teacher. And thanks to all my teachers, those who were pillar of support for me in 11th and 12th, more than in 10th standard, in 11th and 12th, how they taught us how to be good human beings, and how they taught us this profession is so unique, so good. So if you go into this profession, you have to put your heart and soul into it, and you have to know the children. So this is how I became a teacher. And for the subject, yes, this is again my subject for degree, for PG, for MPhil, yes, my subject. So happy to be a part of this. So that is how economics started with me. Okay, so going into the next slide. Now, this concept, why I brought into the first session is, most of the students, those who have taken commerce, they they don't really have a clear-cut idea as to what to take when they finish their 12th standard. So they'll be having various views. Some of them wouldn't be good at math, good at science. So they would have the next option for them is commerce. So that is how some of them would have joined. So the first thing that they always tell is, we are not good at math. So when they come to us, obviously whenever this question is raised in the class, I'll tell them, so you mean to say math is not there for commerce? So they would say, no, ma'am, not that math. No, what we learn in 10th and what we learn in 9th. I said, math is also part of our subject. That's the pillar. That's the foundation in which we lay the subject. So math is there with us. Then only when they're doing stat, they realize that, oh, mathematics is there throughout. No matter whether you are a science student or a art student, math is there. Math is round the clock. So just wanted to start the session to give them the advantages of the subject that we are handling with them. So they have accountancy, they have BS, they have economics as their core subject, math bar marketing. In my school, if you have, and in Soumya ma'am's, ma'am has legal studies and psychology. Sociology is there, ma'am?
Sociology is not there.
Okay, so legal studies and psychology is there for us. So this is the other options that the children have. So just to make them aware, okay, if you study this subject, this is what is going to help you out. Maybe in 11th, you will learn this subject because already in 10th, they are studying economics as a part of social science. So with that idea, they come to 11th, and when they see our subject with so many diagrams, graphs, mathematical things and all, they really feel, oh, this is what is economics. So just to make them feel that after, when you are into commerce, when you study the subject, these are the things that will help you understand how you have to live your life, as Rosina ma'am said. So live your life with the subject is what we are going to give it to them by the end of the day when they start the session with us. So my slide is here, the advantages of studying economics. The vocabulary can be, we'll expand the vocabulary, then the new terms that we introduce in the subject, demand and supply. We generally use it in our statements, but not knowing actually what is that. So we put it across to them saying that this is what you mean by the demand concept of it. This is what is meant by the supply part of it. So, and we are giving them new terms so that they'll understand the concept and they should, okay, have a feeling, oh, the subject is all about how a human being lives in the society. So as the definition of economics is study of mankind in the ordinary business of making a living. So we are just telling them that we all are making a living with the money that we have. How to spend the money that we have is very important. And the word rational consumer comes in there. So we are bringing in new terms to them and telling them how the subject is going to help them throughout their life. Then the willingness to pay. So when we start the subject, when we define the subject, when we speak about demand, we are highlighting the concept there. The desire backed by the ability and willingness to pay for a commodity. So these are the terms that we put it across in a very good manner so that they do understand. Oh, so only if I have the willingness to pay for the product, will I be able to buy the product. Just like that, I go stand in front of a shop and I look at the product doesn't become mine. So the willingness to pay, the money that is there in my pocket has to be spent. Then only I can demand the particular product. So these kinds of small tips, when we put it across to them, when we start the session with them. So I always feel that they wish to learn more about economics. They want to understand the subject much better then. So leverages for the economic tools, then better prepared for the graduate schooling. That is, they are there with us for the 2 years and we are motivating the child to take what the child wants. So maybe first year, the child is learning micro and statistics. The second year, the child is learning macro and Indian economic development. So when the child finishes that, by the mid-December and all in 12th standard, the child will then have an idea. What am I going to take for my graduate schooling? So it is all how we impart our subject into them that we can tell them this subject has a lot of scope. This is where we are. This is how you can make use of the subject. And the next part, like now the young generation is into earning a lot of money. That is, to start with, they need lots of money with them. So when we tell them all these things, we have to put in across the career options for the subject. How is economics useful for the student to earn a livelihood? So then we are motivating them to tell them that if you are into this, if you learn this subject, these are the advantages that you have. So there is a definition which is there from Adam Smith. No complaints. It's more common than that of scarcity of money. So we are teaching them, we are molding them into how to spend the money, how to be rational consumers, how to make use of each and every penny that they are going to earn, and for them to earn, what is the opportunities that this subject is going to provide them with. So the list of opportunities that the subject provides is listed down here. It's like you can be an economist, you can go for a personal financial advisor, then the teacher, ourselves, then supply chain analyst, then business reporters, then economic consultants, product managers, compensation managers, quantitative analysts. So I would be sending post reading materials to you all so that each career that I have chosen, the salary part of it is also mentioned there. I didn't want to involve everything here because it will look so big, voluminous for us to read. So the gist of this I have given here. Post-reading material will have all those things. So for future, that is when upcoming 11th and 12th, You can just tell them, if in case they are asking you, what are the options? What career options do I have as an economics student? If in case I'm going to take economics for my higher studies. And this area I really want to emphasize upon, Indian Economic Service. So a child who's going to do her graduation and her post-graduation in economics, that is when she is finishing her 12th, if she's going to take BA economics and pursuing her higher studies, MA economics, there is a gazetted rank post waiting for him or her if the child is ready to learn a lot. UPSC is there, and Indian Economic Service, it is an inter-ministerial and interdepartmental central civil service course under the Group A of the executive branch of the Government of India. So many of them do not know this. So if in case some child is really eager, like when you are teaching them, you will know, okay, the child is good, and the child herself or himself will come out. I want to prepare myself for UPSC, ma'am. So, and I am a person who's good at economics. If somebody is there, if a child comes out with this idea, kindly, we can put this across to them. Don't worry, my dear, this is how UPSC has Indian Economic Service for you, and this is what it is. And the minimum eligibility criteria is a postgraduate degree in economics. So that's a minimum qualification. That is, only after you finish your PG will you be able to prepare for UPSC. That is, a person who's desirous of it will take PA economics, will take MA economics. Even graduates, engineering graduates who want to do also can do. Then if they take masters in economics, they can do this. Like how our Jayanti ma'am is. So like that, if a child is doing her masters, postgraduate degree in economics and applied economics or econometrics or business economics. So this is the basic criteria that a child will have to pursue the Indian Economic Service, IES. And that's the feather on the child's cap. So you can motivate the child, you can tell the child that this is there. If you want to pursue your UPSC, and if you're really looking into one specific area where you feel as a teacher that the child is really good in economics, and the child has we know by the end of the year how many children are going to take economics. Like every year I come across 1 or 2 children who want to pursue economics. So when these children come out to us, give them an opportunity, give them an idea. There is a course like this, why don't you try it out? And then leave it to the child. So the child will decide, and we are laying a platform for the child to think over. So 3 years of degree and 2 years of PG. And nowadays we have everything like pre-preparations are there. When during they are doing their degree courses, they are going into coaching classes for doing UPSC, and then slowly and gradually at the age of 23, 24, you can get an Indian Economic Service personnel from your class. So this is what I just want to share it with you, a great dream that I had, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do my Indian Economic Service. So many restrictions were there. So I asked my dad, can I do my UPSC? So he said, you can do after your marriage. Then we know after getting married, opportunities are very nil for a woman. Next the baby, next the family, and it goes on. By then we are completely free, we'll be very old. So I always want the children to know this, and then yes, it's so nice to see personnels who are into the UPSC, and then the respect, the due respect that they get in the society, how they are, how they are treated upon in the society when you see them. So that's something great. And we have a parent, ma'am. Now the corporation head, Gagandeep Singh Bedi sir, he is our parent. 2 girls, his 2 children studied in our school, ma'am. And you should see the way he comes when he is attending the meetings. Just like any other parent, he'll take his turn and come meet the teachers. So he won't show that, oh, he is a very busy person. And those 2 kids are also like that. So when you see those kinds of people, you are really motivated by the way they live and how they contribute to the society. Like the last pandemic, last May month and all, we know how situations were in Chennai. And after Sir taking over, that is, I think by this date, the election results were declared, May 2nd, and then only Sir became the corporation commissioner of Chennai. And after that, how Sir had planned out the ways and means of reducing the people those who are affected by the pandemic. And news came that Sir used to inform the what to say, the medical stores that if someone is frequently coming to get medicines for fever, for cold and all, you need to track their details. You need to write the phone numbers of those people and get to know whether these people are affected by the pandemic. That is, they are themselves quarantine themselves at home, and they can be a threat to the society. So the steps taken by these people, these personals, have slowly and gradually brought us back to school. So only power does play a vital role in deciding how the future has to be. And so when you're telling your kids there is an opportunity for you to serve the nation, let's not give it off. Let's make this as a golden opportunity, because 2 years they are with us. And those 2 years, whatever best we can give from our end, I thought, okay, let this be an opportunity where I am getting an opportunity to talk to many teachers of different parts of the state. So any one child can be this tomorrow, and we can also be proud that we were teachers of this student. So that is all for this civil service. And I'll definitely share the slides with you after this. And this is how the exam goes. The structure of IES, it's a written examination. It has papers of GK, General English, then Economics paper 1, Economics paper 2, Economics paper 3, Indian economy. So these are the areas that the child is studying right from 11th standard. So nothing more. If the child is prepared, if the child is trained properly, I think this would be a wonderful opportunity for the kids to crack. And the economics papers 1, 2, and 3 include micro, macro, public finance, international economics, monetary economics, growth and development, econometrics, and environmental economics. So when they are taking up their degree, they'll have all these subjects, and these are the subjects that in which they are going to prepare for this exam, write the exam for. So this is how they can prepare for Indian economic service. So if any opportunity comes our way to tell the students that here you have a gazetted rank post coming your way, if you're really interested to crack the civil service, start preparing from 11th on. So let's take this opportunity, since we are economics teachers, we are training them, and the young blood is all with interest and enthusiasm as to find out something new. And this is something which is very, very motivating for a few of them. Let them work, let them go ahead, let them try their best. And there are so many other posts. If you don't get this, definitely you will get another opportunity. So that's the golden opportunity that we have to give our students. Swaminathan sir, anything to add on to what I said?
Yeah, especially CBSE school, we are finding difficult to get the social science teachers. Okay, especially the economics teachers are forced to take history and civics.
Okay.
But even though civics, they can, since they know they can, they would have studied as political science as an ancillary subject, they will be able to teach. But history is very difficult. Almost all the CBSE schools in India are finding difficult to get the social science, because there is a feeling among the people that studying humanities is of no use. Only science, mathematics, and commerce for this one. That's what they are aspiring for. See, in our school, I have to force them to go for commerce. Everyone will be, they're getting 330 out of 500, and they will be asking first group. Then I have to convince them, in no way it is possible for you to do mathematics, because 11th and 12th mathematics CBSE is very difficult, and moreover physics is far more difficult than mathematics. So it is I have to force them to go for what is that, the commerce group, especially in Karaikal. I'm not very sure about in Chennai. First preference is given for the commerce and then go for the science, other things. But in Karaikal and all, Karaikal, Nagapattinam, that area, that whole of South, they prefer only first group engineers. My son or daughter should be either engineer or a doctor, as if there is no profession at all. And how we would have become the teachers? See, it is very obvious that we, the teachers, we are only ordinary teachers creating extraordinary students. As you said, when we see our children are growing better, when we see them that, ma'am, you have taught me sometime when I was doing my 10th standard, I saw you there. That's at that time, what kind of the feeling that we have is humongous, that I can say. That's what that we need. So whenever that, whatever that you said is very good. That is, most of the people, they do not understand about the humanities subject, especially commerce.
Yes.
Economics, what sir, economics, but what we are going to do. Economics is the ultimatum. See, both whatever the inventions which comes out of science or mathematics, all this is going to be used by the society. It is
Correct.
the people. It is the people. The people should understand about how economics is going on, how social science is going on, how the history, whatever the ancestors that they made the mistake, how we can correct it so that it can be used for the successive generation. That's what that we are going to do. So you should understand social science better. And especially economics is the important one to lead a life
True.
from beginning to the end until we, as you said, someone, Gerald Roslin has said that I have never borrowed a loan. Until
Correct.
now, I also never borrowed a loan. Anyway, I'm waiting for my daughters to get married. She just finished her MBBS and she was a gold medalist. And only graduation day was on 30th April. She just finished. So I'm expecting that, but I may require loan for her marriage. Okay. Right. Adding is, we have to motivate the children, because this is an Indian economic service is there. Then I have crossed what is that, main only I could not clear. Preliminary I passed in IAS, but main I could not clear. I think it's all way back in 84. So that's, at that time it was very difficult to get into the preliminary. Now I'm not very, because now there are so many coaching centers are there and all those things. At
Yes,
that
sir.
time,
Yes.
nothing has been there. It's all your own personal interest. You have to go and read your newspaper and all. Now everything is available on the net and all. Students can prepare better, but we have to motivate them. It's blended learning will help them. Blended learning in the sense, both in the classroom session as well as the online session. That
Yes.
blended learning will help the children to grow better, and that's going to be the norm for few another 2 to 3 years, because corona is still there, and there are people are saying that the fourth wave come, fifth wave come, and all those things. Still we have to prepare ourselves for the conducting the online classes, right?
Thank you. Thank
Anything,
you so much.
right?
And one more thing, ma'am. Even
Yes,
the
ma'am.
teachers itself, even the teachers, the science teachers and all, they are criticizing our children because of
That's
that
good.
is
That's
written as
also
like
there.
Ma'am.
easy
Yes, ma'am.
subject,
Yes,
even my
ma'am.
principal. So one day the argument was happening. That time I said, how that is the children, they were all suffering in 10th. How it is possible for them to get very good marks now because of their own interest. They are learning. Usually I'll say, that is either economics, commerce, accountancy, they are showing the complete interest in our subject. That's why it is possible for them to get a very good score. So when they were all there in 10th standard, so they got the very least marks. So in that way, usually the argument is going on, even the friends itself. Science children, they will say, our subject is great, but you are, because of the very easiest one, you children are joined in that group. So that type of criticism is also happening in schools.
No, it is because of the society. See, the thing is, see, when you take humanities, they said history, economics, that's what they said. History and economics are. If you just go through history and economics, how the language is there, they do not understand. See, science, you don't require any language. Without science, you can see that the people who speak very good English, or apart from the English literature, it is a history and economics students, not the science students. BSc Physics, Chemistry and all. They could not speak continuously for any topic without any what the grammatical error. They would not be able to speak. But it is a society. என்னடா எதுவும் கிடைக்காம தான் history போயிட்டியா, எதுவுமே கிடைக்காம economics போயிட்டியா. This is what they used to say. It is because of the society, not because of the children. It is they are learning from the society. Okay.
And in some colleges,
yeah.
So no admission in history as well as in economics also, sir.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is why it is because of the society. Because of the society. It is an ignorant subject.
Sir,
I tell you. Yeah.
Sir,
Soumya madam.
Yes, sir. Sadly, employability and the benefits, economic benefits thereof is very, very minimal in this particular field. Probably if they become teachers like us, there is some scope. Down south especially, why parents choose engineering or MBBS, I think it is what the industry wants. So they immediately get a job, and yes, parents, why will they not? It is not just that society is, having this kind of thought to discriminate. It is employability ultimately that has to change. So
employability. See, after MA Economics or BA Economics, if you take Master of Business Administration, that would be very helpful. If you get into IIM Bangalore, IIM Ahmedabad, Delhi and all, that will be very, very easy for them to get through. And see, as you all know, that getting into IIM is not easy. Once you clear all your things and the entrance examination plus the group interview and all these things, group discussion and final interview and all, if you get in, the people who have done engineering, they are going for MBA. But they have people who are studying economics or history. They I'm not talking about history, talking about humanities. They can clear Master of Business Administration very easily. That's what I believe. Okay. Employability opportunity is very less. I understand that. That's the reason why society is like that. But
also the number of colleges which offer undergrad and postgrad for economics or for any of the core sciences like chemistry and physics is dwindling and falling in number. Earlier on, every school, every college used to have, every university used to have it. Now the number of private colleges, as it's increasing, it's only engineering colleges and medical colleges that we see. Private arts and science colleges, they simply offer only commerce, BCom, that's it. Only BCom, BCom of different kinds, and that's it. End of it.
Okay.
That is when, ma'am, I thought, okay, career options in economics. This will be followed by a post-reading material where I have that is the detailed study of the salary that they get. And if you put it across to the kids and tell them, these are your wide opportunities, my dear kids, if you pursue your economics for your PG, for your UG and for your PG, this is where we are. So ultimately, as sir and ma'am said, we are no less to anyone. We too should have our brains to do a diagram, to do math. So
we have to make them to believe in themselves.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. When we are doing stat, definitely they should understand math, and we are making them to do math. They're not the other difficult part of it, but yes, mathematics is part and parcel of our subject. Every chapter that we take in economics, this year when we started with 12th standard, ma'am, I told them, children, keep in mind that you have some subtraction, division, multiplication throughout all the subjects in macro. I said, truly, ma'am, yes, turn the pages and see. Just go through. Yes, ma'am.
Mathematics.
Then is having sums. I said, so you have to tell your friends, we are also having math. It's not that we said bye-bye to math. Economics are subjects with mathematics. Just trying to bring in that, as all of you are just trying to bring in that confidence in them so that they do understand that the scope of the subject is so wide, and let them enjoy learning it right from 11th standard and let them decide. By the end of the day, they are the decision makers. We can lay a foundation for them. We can show them the path, and they will have to decide how to proceed with it. So that is what I thought. Okay, we'll put this across here so that they will have a better idea of each subject. Let it be accountancy, what about accountancy? When they study, when they take accountancy, when they're taking commerce, they have ultimately CMA. So this is where they are thinking about. So these are two things. So when they are doing accountancy in 11th and 12th, sometimes when a child feels, I'm not able to get good scores, but I'm able to get good scores in economics. That is here we are indirectly motivating the child. You have a bright future ahead. Kindly go ahead with that. And these are things that we are keeping it ready for you so that you can, that is, these materials can help them so that you can put it across to the kids, and then let's see how they work it upon. And this after the post-COVID, that is after the wave of COVID, the economy is slowly starting to change, and the future prospects of many subjects are yet to be known in the course of the years. So maybe we'll have a greater advantage. Economics teachers will have a greater advantage to get to know many people who are moving into economics, because the economy is moving and the trends are also moving, like pure engineering, computer science and all. There will be a dip in the course of the time. That is what analysis are showing us. So now let the student decide, and then what they are good at, let them take it. So this is what is there for the first few slides. Any other suggestions, any other thoughts? Geeta Kumari ma'am, then Subhana ma'am.
Yes,
Subhana ma'am,
ma'am.
UPSC you have written. So can you share a few thoughts about your
Yes,
UPSC?
SSC also, you have to include SSC also, ma'am.
Very
Statistical
good.
investigator exam
Okay.
also. If you are economic students, you can appear SSC also.
Okay, I'll add that also, ma'am. So after this, the next slide that I have here is, yesterday I have sent a pre-reading material, and it was all about the budget, 2022 budget that had come. So I thought this will really help our students when they prepare for their projects. So we'll have a quick glance of this budget 22-23, and can we share a few thoughts and how the today's like 2022-23 budget is? Sir Swaminathan sir, what is your view about the budget?
This year, 2022-23, the budget presented by Nirmala Sitharaman is very, very thoughtful budget, and which is going to develop India like it. And they spent a lot of money for lot of money for health and education,
Yes.
along with the national education policy. After that, the NAP, and they are giving importance to education and also health. Health in the sense both Ayush has come, and that is also been very helpful in that. And the second thing is Atmanirbhar Bharat. That means that we have to make all the things, especially because ஒரு தமிழ் பாட்டு ஒன்று உங்களுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் ஞாபகம், என்ன வளம் திருநாட்டில் ஏன் கையை அந்த நாட்டில் ஒழுங்காய் பாடுபடு வயக்காட்டில் அப்படின்னு ஒரு பாட்டு இருக்கு. அது மாதிரிதான் இந்தியால we have got all the necessary treasure, necessary wealth, but we are not tapping it properly. The moment we tap, when you start utilizing all the resources, then we will be the #1 country in the world, which is going to happen in the near future. And this budget is also aiming for that. This budget is for another 25 years. That's the main thing about this particular budget, which has been presented by Nirmala Sitharaman. This is about my view on that. Especially health and education is very important. Only when these two are there, the society can develop. சித்திரம் இருந்தால்தான், அதாவது சுவர் இருந்தால்தான் சித்திரம் வரைய முடியும் மாதிரி, when our health is wealthy, then we can do anything, right?
The 2 years of the pandemic really proved it to us, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Rosalina ma'am, can you just cut the audio from your side? There is some disturbance from your side. Later, when you want to talk, probably you can unmute yourself.
Maybe the fan noise of the, yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So yes, as sir said,
yeah, especially after this pandemic situation, India is the only country which has handled very ably, because for a country of 140 crore people and administering more than 181 doses as of yesterday. It is not an easy job, and they have given it for free. And you see, as you all know, that even the developed countries like America and all the European countries, they have their own reservation against putting the vaccine. Why do you have to take the vaccine? But in India, I think everything is changed now. Now we don't. I think we will not have any problem here after, as long as Corona is concerned. So
True,
this
true.
budget is also allotted a lot of money for health and education. That's an
Very
important one, and also for the defense development. This is right.
correct.
Yeah.
And then even in our schools, all our children are vaccinated. So from the school side,
Yeah.
we gave them vaccination. So this 30th also, that is 30th, that is yesterday we had a vaccination for them. Saturday, and 6th also we are going to have a vaccination for them. So almost 9, 10, 11, 12, both vaccines are over.
Yeah, we started giving for 6th also. Now another vaccine is going to be introduced. Now, especially in the Union Territory, they are doing it quickly. That's the
Yes.
advantage as far as Pondicherry is concerned. So actually, we have administered all for 9th and 10th standard way back in January, February itself to finish for 9th and 12th standard students.
So that's a great, we have to salute our government for first, okay, to start with the first vaccine, we had some difficulty. And then for the second vaccine, everybody was given free of cost, the vaccination. So that's a great support that we got from the government.
Yes.
So I have the slides in a nutshell, what I have sent yesterday as a pre-reading material, 14 sectors, as Sir said, that is a vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And each sector I have highlighted here, that is the Gati Shakti, providing impetus to roads, railways, and how fast things can move from one place to the other within a short span of time, followed by the agricultural sector, that is we were self-sufficient. During the pandemic time, we were totally self-sufficient. Whatever be the issues passed, we were self-sufficient. We didn't have any difficulty in borrowing or importing food grains from the rest of the world. We had sufficient food grains to cater to the needs of all the people.
Especially
Then,
PPE kit we started producing on our own. Personal protection equipment.
yes. And how to accelerate the growth of MSME. That is again an important part now to highlight upon it. Followed by the education, as Sir said. So building smart India with quality skills.
Yes.
So it is not just education, it's smart education. As we are all here today, maybe like we also became smart. All of you will agree to me. We are now tech savvy. No one can say we are illiterate. We know how to use computers. It was only the privilege of the IT professionals that they could carry laptops wherever they could go. Now we are also using it, and we did use it for the past 2 years. We didn't we didn't halt, we didn't wait. March 16, 2021, all the schools were shut down, and I think April 1st, no, Soumya ma'am, we started a digital life, we started virtual classes, and we went on. So now we can be proud teachers to say that we are also tech savvy. We know how to use the system. We know how to share. We know how to run our show. So that is what now the government is looking forward for the government schools. Yes, we do understand that they had a lot of difficulties for the children who couldn't get the access to Wi-Fi connections and e-learning. Understood? So the government is trying to do that. And they have this one class, one TV channel program expanded from 12 to 200 TV channels. So that is what the government is going to emphasize upon. So in the television, in the Doordarshan channel, they are going to introduce all these things. So it can be not through this medium, but can be through the medium of television. Can those children also be part of this virtual classrooms? Then the important thing is, as I said, the health, which is the wealth of every nation. And we have proved that we were wealthy. No matter whatever happened to our lives, yes, we had some difficulty here and there. But then we were able to withstand the difficulties that we came across. Because, okay, everything was quite new to us, and how the government had tackled situations, and how they are going to do it in the days to come. Then the development initiative for the Northeast region.
Yeah, that's true.
And sir, we in our school last year, this year, during for this course also, we have a set of teachers who are joining us from the north, sir, for 1 to 10 a few classes.
Okay, I was working in Darjeeling, Mount Hermon International School.
Okay.
ICSE school from 93 to 99, and 6 years. So
Okay.
I used to get the Hindu paper of Monday paper. I'll get it on Thursday. That will become history.
Yes.
It was like that. It was totally cut off. Now the Northeast is developing like anything, because see, it's a government policy has completely changed, because Indian foreign policy has changed, and now they are being cornered by China on the north side, and also from Pakistan on the western side, from this one from down in China. Now again China is coming back to the Sri Lanka, and also we have to develop all these areas. That is why the government is concentrating on this one, development of Northeast. If it has been developed, then we will have a very good time.
Whenever I think about the northeastern parts, like APJ Abdul Kalam ji, he
was in
passed
Sikkim.
away when
He was in Sikkim.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is the moment that I have. And the children are also, sir, like if you really encourage them, definitely we can have great people from there also. So some of the teachers are there who have been part of this resource training, and they are in other subjects, not for 11 and 12.
Okay.
And the next one is productivity enhancement and investment. So modernization of building byways, and then implementing town planning schemes and transit-oriented developments, and so many other things what the government can do from their end to make sure that they are not just concentrating onto the cities, but ensuring that everywhere they have, they are ensuring that people are given priority in all aspects of life. So that is how the government has planned out. Urban planning is there. So making small towns into urban cities is what could really help the economy to grow. And yes, development obviously will happen. As Suguna ma'am says, not far away, ma'am, you will also be a part of the modernized system. Very soon, you will also have all these access. You need not be calling yourself a village. It will be a developed place then. With all, even the tribals will be part of it. So
yes, ma'am, they are eating like noodles and all the things, ma'am.
So you can't call them people. They are developed now.
Yes, ma'am.
It's nice to hear. Okay, so the next slide that I have here is again about the, I was just continuing with that, how the government has put in their efforts, and then transition to the carbon neutral economy, where this is a vital role to play now. So how the government is trying to invest on this, and how they are going to make a transition to the neutral economy. And finally, yes, the banking digital currency, what we are very familiar with, and the financing and investment part of it.
Yeah.
So the trend in deficit financing and the direct taxes, the tax proposals, and all those things which the government has for us. So this is what in a nutshell, what I sent you as a pre-reading material yesterday. I just took the main 14 important things, the proposals that the government has for us, for the people for this year. I just posted up here thinking that we can make use of it for a quiz after the session is over.